Hello friends, and welcome back to our channel. You are currently looking at my sink and the beginnings of a project that will probably take a couple of days, honestly. I wanted this to be a drunk craft, and I'm halfway to the drunk part, so maybe it won't be a drunk craft, but a drunk start. Excuse you, sir, you're not allowed on this counter. Everyone, shame Milo, he's not supposed to be here. Bye! So, like I was saying, I don't know if you'll ever actually hear any of this audio. Welcome to Drunk Crafts with Brittany, while Ryan is at work. Hi. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get on into it. I'll show you what we're making. I thought it was appropriate to make this a drunk craft, as it is a wine-themed craft. So, and it's relatively easy. There's nothing overtly dangerous about this, other than this very first step, which maybe I shouldn't be drinking for this, but it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. My life's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, let's get into it. So, I'm going to fill the sink with sort of warm hot water. Okay, you guys aren't going to be able to hear me while this is running. So I'm going to fill this with more than warm water. Not hot, where I can't touch it, but like hot enough water. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we're going to pause right there. Water is tepid. It could definitely be hotter, but I'm going to show you what I'm working with. So I've got these, what my girlfriend and I like to call handles of wine, which I guess that's technically the actual term for it. But anyway, it's the large bottles of wine, which I believe are like 1.5 liters of wine bottles. And I'm going to be putting them in the sink to soak so I can get the labels off, but because they float, because there's air there, as the water's running, I'm actually going to fill them up with warm water as well to kind of counteract so that they don't float, because I have a few bottles and I'm not going to use all of them for this craft, but since I'm here I might as well just clean them all, because I will eventually use them for some other craft or just get tired of them sitting on my counter and then throw them away. So now, since I want the labels off, I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and you can watch that happen in a quicker setting. What is that? Fast forward. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and let these sit for a couple of minutes. Ooh, water's nice and warm. I should have taken off the foil to begin with, but that's fine. We'll do that later. Not a big deal. And I'll kind of fast forward through the next part so that you guys don't have to sit there for 10, 15, 20 minutes watching me struggle to take these labels off and all the goopy gunk. I also have a magic erase clean pad that will help get all the gooky gunk off, but we're going to start with letting it soak and getting most of the paper off before I go in with this guy. So see you in a little bit. Alright, 2 Dixie Chick songs later, and maybe a quarter glass of wine later, we're going to go ahead and clean off these labels. So the next day, after letting the bottles dry and deciding it was time for another drink, I took the foils off and started adding the rocks to the bottle. So I also am making sure that the rocks fit into the neck of the bottle, that they're not too big, and I'm not forcing any of them down, that they all just kind of slip right through the neck of the bottle. Some of them I'm able to like turn and finagle so that they'll fit through the neck of the bottle, but I don't force any of them through because I don't want to break a glass bottle. other than it being aesthetically pleasing that the rocks are on the bottom and the grapes are the next layer, it's also nice that the rocks are on the bottom because it gives the bottle stability and weight so that it won't tip over, like if you were to put a sign or something on it. So then here I just removed the plastic grapes from the vine and then put them into the bottle. The cool thing about the grapes is obviously they're not going to just slip down the way the rocks did. So I either use a skewer or I have used a chopstick before to push them through. And then I'm able to use that to like arrange the grapes if I need to move them around, because I also add the little leaves to it too. I think it makes it look really cool and gives it a really like, I don't know, textured vibe, so you don't just have two colors, you have like multi-dimensional colors in there. So this project actually ended up being kind of a little tiring just because the way I was sitting a little bit lower than the table, and the bottle is obviously higher than the table, so I was having to lift my arms a lot and push the grapes down into the bottle. So it's just a little bit of a tiny arm workout. I guess I need to start working out and get in better shape if I think that that's an arm workout. But you can see there, like I just added that little leaf, little vine leaf, to give it a little bit of texture, and then I was able to use the skewer to kind of move it around into the place that I wanted it. So this project actually came about because Ryan's job was looking for somewhere to put their signs for their wine bottles, and he came up with this really cute idea. This was all Ryan's design. I am just redoing it for the camera to show you guys what we've done. I think it's a really fun, cool design, and right now his job uses it as a place to display their signage for their wines. So I think it's a really cool way of utilizing and pulling that aesthetic together. I do want to point out one thing here. It is really important to use the skewer to put the grapes in, because like you can see I'm about to do here, if you try to use your finger in the bottle, there's the very real possibility that your finger could become a little stuck, and it may not be a big deal, but it could be a little scary if you are doing it and you don't realize it. See, I stick my finger in there, so don't do as I do as I say. It's not fun, believe me. Like, I really want to hear from you guys. Do you guys like these type of videos where I'm not talking directly to the camera, where I'm just kind of doing my thing and giving you a voiceover afterwards, or would you like me to be more talkative and in the moment while I'm making the craft? Because I feel like sometimes those videos tend to be a little bit longer and harder to edit, honestly. But if that's something that you guys like better, or if you're into the way that I have been doing it, let me know in the comments below and give me your honest feedback. Alright guys, and there's the wine bottle stand. So I can put a little stand on it, I could put a picture on it, or I can just set it on the mantle. Right now I have it in the craft room, kind of set up behind me in my filming area. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, make sure to like and subscribe down below, and make sure to leave a comment and share with your friends. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.